When my sons were young, their father was always drunk. Every night he came home with the smell of alcohol. His voice was loud, his steps unsteady. Sometimes he shouted, sometimes he broke things. I was too scared to stop him. I worried about my boys. What would they think of their father? What kind of men would they become one day? The years passed, my boys grew older, and soon they moved out to live their own lives. But, in my heart, I always carried the same question. Would they follow their father's path, or would they choose a better one? One afternoon, I decided to visit my older son. I knocked on the door, and he welcomed me in. The moment I stepped inside, I felt my chest grow heavy. The house was filled with empty bottles. The table was messy, the air thick with the smell of alcohol. I looked at him closely. His eyes were tired, his face pale. He looked so much like his father. My heart broke. I asked softly, "Son, how did you end up like this?" He looked at me with frustration. Then he shouted, "What did you expect? Dad was an alcoholic. Of course, I turned out like him." His words pierced my heart like a knife. I stood there in silence. I had no answer. Tears filled my eyes as I left his house. Later, I went to visit my younger son. The moment I walked in, I felt something completely different. His home was clean and calm. The air smelled fresh. Books were neatly placed on the shelves. There were no bottles, no signs of alcohol. He looked healthy, happy, and peaceful. I smiled with relief. I asked him the same question. "How did you turn out like this?" He paused for a moment. Then he smiled gently and replied, "What did you expect? Dad was an alcoholic. I chose to be different." Those words stayed in my heart. 2 sons, raised in the same house, with the same father. But each had chosen a different path. Life gives us choices. We are not bound to repeat the mistakes of others. We can learn from them. We can build a life we are proud of. So, remember this. The past does not decide your future. Your choices do. If you agree, share this with a friend.